Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever whatever time it is for you to be watching this video. Today I wanted to speak a bit about having a healthy mind and a healthy body, and what is the importance of both of those together. So I was this idea kind of stemmed from a conversation I was having with one of my family members that I recently helped get into the gym because, for a bit of context, he had been not exercising for the past 30 years. And so he recently came to me and he was like, "Oh yeah, you know what, actually I see you working out all the time, and you seem to be like really feeling great about yourself and moving forward with everything that you want to do, and you feel energetic and motivated and passionate, and I'd like you to just tell me what to do so I can do it as well." And so we started getting into the gym because at this point we started a couple months ago, and by this point I'm just going to the gym every single day, basically just like at least 30 minutes to an hour a day. That's the bare minimum that I've found works the best for me. 7 days a week, and regardless if it's just cardio, swimming, running, lifting weights, cardio like calisthenics, anything you want to do, just doing one type of exercise, any type of exercise is better than no exercise whatsoever. For the benefits, if you aren't really aware, you might say like, oh, you might hear all these people say like, oh yeah, working out is great. It's actually great. Makes you feel better, makes you more energetic, makes you more passionate, energetic, motivated, that kind of stuff. But physically what happens when you work out is it recycles the blood in your veins, and it oxidizes it with energy and oxygen that you get from breathing in and doing hard exercises at the same time. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, when you feel a bit tired and you feel like shit, and you want a quick boost of energy, instead of drinking coffee or getting caffeine, energy drink, or whatever, what you could do is you could actually just flex your muscles, like just start just like compressing your muscles. And you can do this with your entire body. Like even if you start stretching or lifting weights, or even lifting your own body up off the floor by doing some push-ups. Very simple. You can literally do that anywhere on the planet if you have a floor. Well, compressing your muscles basically oxidizes the blood in the veins and releases the energy that was trapped in there, and releases it into your bloodstream, giving you a new fresh flow of energy into your veins, basically. That is the one thing. Like every single time I wake up, most days I do some push-ups. Every single time I've set myself a goal to do as many push-ups as I can over the course of a year. I'm doing that consistently. It's pretty fun actually. But regardless, working out isn't just to look good. Now yes, there's this whole bodybuilding thing currently or whatever. You can be a bodybuilder if you want. It's up to you. Like honestly, I'm not really a bodybuilder. Like sure, I might look fine, like physically. Like I really just look fit and lean and all good physically, but that wasn't really the point, because the point of working out is basically just to feel better in your own skin, to be proud of doing something hard, and doing something hard on a repeated basis, to prove to yourself that you could literally do whatever it is you want to do. even if it's like I mentioned in the previous video, if you actually want to build a rocket and go to Mars or go to the moon or whatever, might be a goal of yours. Who knows? I don't know. Everybody has his goals. So if it's something as difficult as that, it's going to require a lot of mental fortitude to actually succeed in that goal. So doing stuff now, it's hard to measure, but doing stuff that is hard conditions your brain. So like if you do an extremely hard workout for an hour and you complete the workout and you're exhausted, you're sweating all over the floor and you can barely stand up straight, it just proves to yourself like you can actually do literally anything you set your mind to. Like nothing is impossible. Like I remember I started doing pull-ups, assisted pull-ups when I first started working out because I really wanted to do some pull-ups. And after a year, I was just doing pull-ups. Like it was really hard. At first, I was doing pull-ups just with my own body weight. And now I can do pull-ups with my own body weight extremely easily. And I can also do muscle-ups. So that's after like 3-4 years of training consistently, you know. So you can literally do anything by just doing it consistently, putting in the energy and the effort and just doing it on a daily basis. Because like I think you should train 7 days a week. Now, not everybody's gonna say the same thing, of course. I believe you need to train 7 days a week because number one, it's not just physically, it's for your mind as well. And if you feel great, you'll be much more productive, you'll have much higher energy, and anything in your life other than working out will become easier. Because like even for me personally, I have my own business. I'm creating these videos and I have the discipline to work out every single day. And sometimes I don't want to do it, but I still do it. And it gets to a point where you start enjoying working out. Like it's actually like the chemicals in your brain that gets released when you work out. It sounds a bit cringy when you say that, but it's true. Actually increase your mood as well. And there's infinite amount of fucking benefits. Like there's so many benefits to just working out every single day. Either it be in relationships, either it be to impress others, either it be to impress yourself, to increase your confidence, to get better and in bed, whatever it is, everything. It just improves everything. Just makes your life better. So working out is just a non-negotiable for me at this point. Like it helps me, like I said, I've got my own business. It makes me more energetic and it gives me a break in the middle of the day. Like for instance, let's say I go work out at like 1 p.m. What I do is I wake up early in the morning. I do a bunch of work in the morning for like from like, let's say 6 a.m. all the way to noon. And then I go to the gym, I do my session, and then I come back home, I eat a bit of food, and then I'm straight back into it. So that way it gives me a bit of a break between work, so I'm not like working for the whole day. Since I'm an entrepreneur, I get to decide my schedule, so that's extremely worthwhile. And so yeah, basically it gets me like, it gives me an extra boost of motivation to get stuff done. It gives me an assurance that I'm also confident in my own abilities, like I mentioned. And it is something, it's hard to explain, but when you do it so often, like I've been doing it for the past 4 years, when you do it so often, it just doesn't, it feels wrong to not work out at this point, if that makes sense. So Yeah. I was thinking, it's so funny because like there's so many different ways you could work out. Like I don't know if you know most people in the bodybuilding niche or whatever in the gym, they're going to tell you like, oh, I think going 5 days a week is fine, and you shouldn't go 7 days a week. Well, I disagree, because if you look at all of the top tier athletes, like regardless if it's football or soccer or basketball or fighting like Muay Thai, boxing, jiu-jitsu, all that kind of fighting martial arts, they train every single day. Every single day. Like actually, every single day they train. Regardless, because what they want to get better at is not to just look good, is to actually have better technique, get better at their technique so they can beat their opponents. So I kind of took that mental thing and applied it to my own philosophy of like working out. Because like if they're working out every single day, why shouldn't I be working out every single day as well? Because like I've learned a couple different things, but honestly I just do what feels best to me when I'm working out. Like you don't have to necessarily follow a bunch of fucking stuff online, people telling you like, oh, you need to do this exercise if you want to grow this muscle, or you need to do this exercise if you want to grow this muscle. Unless you want to be a bodybuilder, it doesn't really matter. It's better to take action even if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Even if you start fucking up or you start doing some random shit in the gym, doesn't matter. It's better to do something, because who knows, if you go to the gym and you start messing around and doing a bunch of stuff, some people might walk up to you and say like, hey, I noticed you were doing this exercise pretty interesting, in a pretty interesting way. Are you new to the gym by chance? And you said, oh yeah, I'm new to the gym. And the guy says like, oh, if you want, I can show you how to do the movements properly. And you say, yeah, cool. So that way you can also make some friends in the gym, right? Like get some people that can recognize that you want to improve on yourself and you want to get better, and it just creates this positive environment for literally everybody that practices. So I think everybody should work out. I think everybody should fucking work out. Like literally everybody on the planet. Unless you have no limbs, you should be working out. Like unless you have an extremely rare disease that makes your bones break, like extremely easily. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Unless you have like a life-threatening disease or condition that makes you your muscles or your bones extremely weak, I would say everybody should work out as much as possible. Because if everybody looks better, feels better, they're going to be able to push themselves to do whatever it is they want to do. They're going to have more energy. They're going to have more motivation. And everybody should just be proud of the person they are, and going to the gym and achieving something over a long period of time because of how much time and effort you put into that is one of the easiest things you can do. You just have to put time and effort, and you don't even need to pay for a gym membership. You don't need to go to the best gym in your neighborhood to just say like, oh yeah, I'm the best. I go to this gym, and everybody that is a tryhard goes to that gym. It's like, it doesn't matter. You can just go train outside in the park. Hello, Mr. B. And it doesn't matter. You can literally work work out outside in the park. It's free. You can go outside. If you live near the ocean, you can go swim in the ocean. Doesn't really matter what it is you do. You can literally do anything. You can go and go for a run, literally anywhere. It's free. Most exercises are free, unless you want to go push yourself a bit further. And then I would strongly suggest, of course, getting a gym membership to any kind of gym, because it's going to also make it easier for you to put yourself in the mindset of it's time. This is the time. This is the block of time that I've chosen to work out. So from this time to this time, I'm working out. Like it's something you choose, right? And that way it makes it mentally easier to put yourself in the environment of, yeah, it's time to work out. I don't have to think about it. I go to the gym from this time to this time. For me, this is the working out time. So yeah, I definitely think everybody should be working out, because like I've mentioned before, it helps your mind and your body, because once you have a healthy body, you have a healthy mind. Like, it's very easy to cure all of your problems by just working out, I've noticed. For example, I used to suffer with a lot of self-hatred and personal anxiety about the way I looked, because I was over 100 kilos overweight, not very attractive, not very interesting. I was just doing my own thing and nobody cared, and so I didn't care either. So I ended up judging myself way more harshly than everybody around me. So basically what I used to do is, in high school, I used to judge myself based on how other people I thought were judging me. So basically I would invent this reality that was completely made up, and I would think the people looking at me were judging me on such an atrociously bad level that I felt like extremely ashamed of myself and showing my body to other people. So like, for instance, I remember when I was in high school, we had this PE class where once a year we would go to the swimming pool, right? And everybody would do exercises in skill levels, and now keep in mind, at this point I'm a really good swimmer, but I hate showing my body to other people, because I thought at this point I was fat, I was ugly, I was fucking stupid, all these negative adjectives. And basically what happened was, every single time I would have to go to the pool with my classmates, I would have a panic attack, because I would be like stressing the fuck out, super anxious. I would have I would start feeling nauseous, I would start puking, I would go to the bathroom for hours, that sort of stuff. Like, it's all inside my own head, but it is something I had to fight through with. I went to a psychologist, I talked to her about it, and she would give me pieces of paper to give to the teacher saying I can't come to class because of this problem. So it got pretty bad, but after high school, I got into this private university where I was talking about that in the last few videos. I was doing graphics design and VFX and like that sort of stuff for like movies and video games, like creating the graphics. And so at this point during my second year, I met this guy, and I was 19 or 20, and he was 30. And so basically what he told me is, we had these groups, and I was in this group, and we decided with the two other people in the group to make him the leader of the group. And so at some point we were all working on the project, and he told me, like, he took me aside one time and he told me like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Like, I was half-assing everything and I wasn't really doing anything great. And then I was like spending more time entertaining myself, like watching videos and playing games on my phone or that kind of stuff. And he was like, what the fuck are you doing? Hello? Like what are you doing? Like you're either fucking around, wasting time, not producing value for a group, you're not being productive, you're not helping. And that clicked something inside of me, and I was like, dude, you're fucking absolutely right. Like, what the fuck am I doing? And I started thinking, and I was like, okay, I'm actually going to do something about this. I'm going to stop fucking around. And at the same exact time, I started working out. I started working out every single day, going for a run at 5 a.m. before class. I used to do that, and it used to be nighttime when I woke up, and nobody was outside, of course. And I used to do that every single morning for like a year or so. And then I started going to the gym. I started doing a bunch of stuff. Like, I got to a point where I felt a bit better about myself, and I was more productive in work as well. And he said like, yeah, you did a great job, da da da. And I was still fighting at this point with my anxiety. At this point, I was super shy and awkward and whatever when I talk into a group of people. And so for like an oral presentation, I was super fucking stressed out. I was sweating my ass off. I was I was as red as a tomato. Like it was so bad. And but it got to a point where I was like, thanks to just working out every day, I felt much better about myself. And so I started looking at everything in my life and like, what can I improve? And I started improving the way I talk, the way I express myself, the way I actually set myself standards and like things to actually get done. And I started doing a bunch of things and getting them done. And at this point, I started building this huge level of confidence. And now I feel way more confident. I could probably give a public speech now. I feel extremely confident in my own abilities to do that. Now, I haven't done public speaking before, but I've done a lot of content, and I know the ways, in the ins and outs of just talking to someone in a more of a persuasive, charismatic way. So whenever I'm talking to someone, it's very easy for me to pick up on like body language cues and that sort of stuff. And that all stemmed from me going to the gym, being consistent, increasing my confidence, and then everything just followed extremely easily. And so it got to the point where now I'm literally fearless in a way. Like, I'm not afraid of anything anymore. I'm confident in my own abilities. I'm unapologetically myself. I'm not afraid of saying what's on my mind to other people. I know how to communicate that. I know who I am and that some other people might not like who I am, and I don't care. Because there's too many people on this planet for me to want to be loved and cared for by everybody. So I don't really care if there's some people that say like, oh, you're fucking annoying, you're fucking this and that, you're a fucking piece of shit. And I'm just like, yeah, cool, dude. Like, that's your opinion. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, I don't care anymore. So whenever I see a fat person, I'll tell them, hey dude, go to the gym. And they'll tell me like, what do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, go to the gym, bro. Like, or why are you fat for? Like, why are you choosing to be fat? And they'll tell me like, oh, why are you so mean? Da, da, da. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. You would rather be shamed and shunned and what's the word? Not criticized, but made fun of, basically, by other people because of the fact that you're fat. There's a lot of people that don't like fat people. And you would prefer that, plus the fact of being unhealthy, plus the fact of having low confidence or even maybe delusion of the fact that you are better fat than not fat. It's like, that doesn't really make any sense, but okay. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I would just recommend everybody to work out. And everybody would be like, when you're not fat, you take up less space. So obviously, that's always a plus. When you're not fat, you feel way better about yourself. You have way more energy. You're less tired. You're less prone to diseases. You're less prone to health issues, that kind of stuff. So obviously everybody knows this. So it's kind of it's strange to me. Like, it's insane, like, that there are so many people that are overweight today and don't seem to care. Like, it's free to work out, right? Like, I don't fucking understand everybody that just says that they just have excuses, I guess. Maybe you've been having those excuses for a long time as well. Maybe you should, if you have, you should look at yourself in the mirror and say, do I like what's staring back at me? And if you are not, then start working out, bruv. Start doing stuff. Like, you'll feel better about yourself. You'll feel like your life just starts to get better and better. Everything falls into order. And yeah, just stop shoveling stuff into your mouth, I guess. I guess that's the easiest. That's probably some people say it's the hardest thing, but like, and no, it's actually pretty easy. When you actually start eating healthy for a long period of time, like, don't add salt to stuff. Don't add sugar to stuff. Don't add anything. Don't eat anything that's processed or extremely processed. Eat as natural as possible. So, like, literally anything that you could find in the wild. Like, anything like for instance, I go to the store and you can buy a bunch of like different types of nuts, like cashews, peanuts, almonds, whatever the fuck. I would suggest looking for packets of those if you want like a good way to have a lot of calories in a healthy way, with no sugar or no salt. So like, for instance, I get peanuts. I get like a bag of like 200 grams of peanuts, and they're the unsalted version. So they're no salt. They've just been cooked, basically. So that way I know there's no extra salt to spike my levels of salt throughout the day in my body. So like, that way I don't add salt to anything. I just have the bare minimum amount of food, and I eat maybe like one meal a day, and that's it. That meal could be minced beef and eggs, or some the only stuff that I would add would be like maybe like seasoning. Like, if you want to add like a good seasoning, would be like raw honey or paprika, or just a tiny bit of salt, or even herbs. Herbs is good. That kind of stuff. And just eat as natural as possible. My diet, if you want an example, is more of a hunter-gatherer diet. So I eat raw nuts. So like, for instance, peanuts, cashews, almonds, that kind of stuff from time to time. Then I eat a bunch of fruit, so like blueberry, banana, orange. That way I get a bunch of different vitamins, so that way I'm good on that front. And then I would eat maybe like a bowl of rice, some eggs, some chicken, maybe some minced beef or some steak. Literally everything that you can get either from hunting animals or raising them, or stuff that you can find in the wild, which is the most natural stuff that you can actually get in today's world at the supermarket. Because like, if you go get bread, or if you go get I don't fucking know, what do people get? If you get Cheetos or bread or fucking candy or this or that, or literally everything, like pizza, burgers, unless the ingredients are as little processed as possible. So like, for instance, in a burger, the only thing that's processed is the bun. So if you get a really high quality bun that has no added shit in it, then I would say maybe you can eat burgers like once a month or like a couple times a month if you want. If you have all of the other ingredients and if you prepare the burger yourself. Now, the problem with today's society, I've noticed this in my apartment, it's the same thing. There's a bunch of people that just order food all the time and they just don't fucking do anything. So, all the people that order food, it's fucking disgusting, bro. Like, they add a bunch of salt, they add a bunch of fucking sugar, they add a bunch of shit in there, and you don't even know what's the list of ingredients. So you don't even know if it's healthy or not. And then once you eat junk food, it's obviously not healthy, because if you look at yourself in the mirror, usually when I eat junk food, I get a bunch of pimples and I get a bunch of skin problems. So obviously it's not good for you. So why the fuck would you eat it? I don't really understand. Like, that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. I want to feel healthy. I want to be healthy. I want to feel good about myself. I want to feel good in my own skin. So if eating good food is a good idea and helps me get to that objective of feeling healthy and being healthy, then I'm just going to do that. Easy peasy. Now, maybe you'll have to switch your mind from fucking eating a bunch of shit, and you'll feel like, oh, I really want to go get this, or I really want to go get that. And you might do, it's kind of like undiagnosing your mind, like unprocessing your mind. Like, for instance, I used to eat a lot of shit food. I love sour stuff. So like, I used to eat a lot of sour, like salt and vinegar chips. And I know it's not good for me, but I used to eat a bunch of them. So it was really hard for me to get off of that for a long time. So like, I went from eating like 4 or 5 packets a week to eating one, and then eating once a month, and then eating once a year. And now I don't eat them anymore. So, you know, if you do that for everything that you're eating and to switch your diet, I'm sure you will succeed. Like, I'm sure you don't even need to keep track of it. You just focus, you switch your focus on something more better for yourself that you actually want. You can literally do everything and anything you set your mind to. You just have to choose and get it done. So, hope you guys like these kinds of videos, longer, like 30-minute rants or whatever. and yeah, if you like this kind of content, make sure you're subscribed. I'm gonna be probably posting either once a day or once every couple of days. Currently it's once a day, so I'll keep the schedule up. And yeah, if you like the content, make sure you share with someone that you think would like the content. If you comment something, I'll reply. I'm happy to have a conversation with literally everybody. And yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and hope you have a great day, and I'll see you around.